If, of course, you were a general going into battle, you could lead us. This is so stupid. These setups are retarded. But if you want to chat with us about things in the comic world, at the Comic-Jon, you can
dick us
at the _podcastle. John, the question that the world has tonight is your interpretive. By the way, love the hat. I love the Eagles throwback hat. It's tremendous.
Oh yeah, the Kelly Green.
Oh, it's maybe in the top 5. The question that the world has is your interpretation, your thoughts, your residual emotional bank account on the film Joker, which, if you subscribe to Comic-Jon, the Comic-Jon on YouTube, you posted a video of your thoughts going to see it in the car.
My instant take, my hot take.
Your hot take.
Immediately afterwards.
What did you think about this monstrosity?
So when they announced that they were going to make this movie, I was like, and it's not part of the DC universe. I was like, well, Here we are. We have the amazing performance by Jack Nicholson, the amazing performance by Heath Ledger, the kind of crappy performance by Jared Leto, but there was a lot of shit cut out of that movie in Suicide Squad. There was 25 minutes of Joker footage that they just cut, which is silly.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even the main villain, so I felt like here we are. It's like someone just needs to get their hands on this character and make their own movie. Make Joker the star of the movie. And dude,
take artistic license freedom with it and run.
Now, I don't want to get too spoilery until you see it, but
yeah, I'm seeing it tomorrow.
The fucking hype around Joaquin Phoenix's performance is so understated. It's mind-blowing. This is I don't even know.
It's the pièce de résistance.
Daniel Day-Lewis won an Oscar for Lincoln. Nicholson won an Oscar for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's. Now I'm just popping into my head Oscar winners. I mean, even Sean Penn, for what did he win for? Milk or
Milk
Mystic River?
Yeah, he won for Milk. I think he might have won for Mystic River. I know Tim Robbins did. Yeah, no, I think Sean Penn did. I think Sean Penn beat the wrestler that year. I think it was
Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix's performance in this is the most believable acting I've ever watched in my life.
Really?
And a lot of it has to do with the laugh. Obviously, the trademark of the Joker is that he just laughs. He laughs all the time.
Yeah, he's a Joker.
Okay, so this version of Joker is the most realistic version of the Joker in all the crazy comic book, weird, made up ways that he's this insane clown.
Yeah.
They do a perfect job of realistically showing you how someone could become this mad.
See, that's interesting. That's what you like to see, because the Joker in all past interpretations has always been absolute. He's just the Joker. He is the Joker. That's what he is. To show the origin and how that came about is, I think, what's really compelling about this story. It's original. They talked about. By the way, Joaquin Phoenix is due for a Best Oscar. I think he should have won for Walk the Line. Johnny Cash. I think he should have been nominated or win for the Gladiator's Best Supporting Actor, because he was so creepy in that, and he was
so
just
good
great.
As Caesar.
He's just such a good actor. And I read an article today. You talked about you compared on the channel everyone that's portrayed the Joker in the past and what that looks like. So I was diving into that a little bit, and they were talking about Mark Hamill's Joker and who's the Cesar Romero, the original, and Joaquin Phoenix. They all kind of summed up and said what you did, how it's just such an original take on his part. Now, the reviews of it have gotten worse over the past day, and that does, to me and to most people, that doesn't mean anything. But
No.
they say, but even the bad reviews just say that Joaquin Phoenix is great. That even ones that,
Yeah.
which I don't understand how you can give it a bad review if the main character is great, then that's a good movie in my book.
Right.
Unless you're a snob and you're like, well, it didn't match up to the elements of my film career. I mean, most critics are assholes, but all of them are consistent. I didn't read one review that was like, Joaquin Phoenix misses the mark. Any bad review was like, the movie stumbles here and there, but Joaquin Phoenix is great. They just universal praise for this guy.
Yeah, like my initial reaction when I got out of that movie was, well, it didn't necessarily make me feel like Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home made me feel. Like it didn't make me feel like good and joyous.
Yeah,
This was a dramatic, gripping, Oscar-worthy film, if you want to do that. It is a movie
yeah,
movie. It is a great movie with a comic book character in it.
yeah.
That's what it feels like.
It's basically a lot of reviews, good and bad, said things like it's an actor's movie and it's like
Yeah.
it's a movie to teach you how to act. Like it's so good. I'm really excited for it.
Oh,
What
man.
was how was the pacing in it? Was it like did they jump right into it? Was it a slow
Okay.
build up?
So there, dude, it kicks off right away. Like it just goes. And then in
Nice.
the second act, I was kind of noting in my head as I was watching it. I was like, okay, that's the end of Act One, because now he's at like rock bottom. Now here's Act Two. Now, there's something that I have to bring up before I forget, but the hell was I talking about? Second act. Oh,
The
okay.
pacing.
So there's the pacing. There's a part in the second act where it feels like it's kind of dragging,
Yeah.
but then it becomes this just. So the Joker's origin story, I brought it up before a million times. He has no origin story. In the comic books, there's like a whole bunch of different ones, but they're all basically multiple choice. That's kind of his origin story. And we saw that in Heath Ledger when he told different stories of how he got scars. And in this movie, dude, his his origin story is convoluted. Like the character Arthur Fleck, who eventually becomes the Joker,
Right.
his own like family lineage is like
His
crisscrossed.
justice.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And
Really?
who it connects to is even more. It's just so genius. And then there's even a part where I kind of thought about it today. It's not a part. It's just throughout the movie, there's parts where you kind of figure out, oh, wait, he was just making that up in his head. And now I'm realizing
Oh, okay. You
there's
have to like
probably
think about it.
like, well, some of them are pretty obvious, but then some of them you don't really know. Like they don't tie it up. Just like the
Oh.
Joker origin story, like it's not tied up.
Yeah.
Best character
That's
like ever.
cool.
I
Did
know.
you take Hannah to see it? Is it a children's movie?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep, yep.
She was
It's
able to
fun.
like crawl around by herself too with other kids, right? It's like a big kid friendly movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. A lot of clowns. Clowns all over the
Yeah,
place.
because kids love clowns. So
Uh,
there is a parent out there. There is some moron in America that just doesn't know and is like, "Oh, Joker, it's like a clown movie. We'll take the kids." Like just somebody that was born like without a TV or something that probably took their kid to see the Joker.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like just like saw like, oh, there's a Batman movie. Oh, I guess they're calling it Joker this time because how many times can you call it Batman?
Right.
And,
Yeah. They just
and
don't
it
know.
is, dude. The amount of weight that this guy lost,
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone lose that much weight. And I'm saying like Christian Bale in
The Machinist.
Machinist, just as skinny or skinnier, like weird skinny.
Yeah, I read he lost like 52 pounds, and it got to the point where Joaquin Phoenix in real life developed like an eating disorder because of how much weight he lost, and how he was like eating the weight and what he did, that it like messed him up. Because that's a lot of weight to lose in a quick period of time for a role when you're not like trying to lose weight. You know, if you're like a healthy
Yeah.
230 and you drop down to 170 or
Oh
whatever that
yeah, yeah,
is,
yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that's a lot of weight very
Yeah,
quickly for
that's
what.
bad. as for
Yeah.
someone who's like 6 feet or whatever he is.
Talk about a
Um,
method actor.
yeah. His co-star, Zazie Beetz, who was Domino in Deadpool 2. She's beautiful.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Um,
definitely.
actress. I forget what else she's in, but she's like blowing up. She's in it, and
Yeah, she's really big. Or she's
there's
getting
time
big.
there's times where you don't know if this is happening or if it's just the way that his fucked up mind is seeing it. And
Yeah,
there's a
which
lot of
is cool.
Munchausen syndrome-ish.
Ooh,
Yeah,
regular
like
wiggly tiggly piggly crackle barrel.
the regular Slim Shady, are we?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You mentioned that. You kind of alluded to that.
The Munchausen syndrome. It's like when mothers trick their kids into thinking they're sick
Yeah,
so they like
yeah, that's
don't
a real
leave
thing.
them, and
Yeah,
yeah, fucked up. So
totally.
Biscardi brought up that I think he saw like in a trailer that he was like bathing his mother. Well, like his dad left him when he was like a child, so he's been the man of the house forever, and his mom's paralyzed. So he is the only one who can take care of her. They're like shit poor,
Yeah.
and there's a reason why they're shit poor. That's not
Oh,
spoilery.
another layer, another
Those
layer.
De Niro's great. I thought De Niro played the character really funny. He didn't mail it in like I was worried he was going to. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. I kind of thought that too. Just watching it, that he was just gonna
I'm like,
show up and be like,
De
"Yo,
Niro.
I'm doing the Irishman in Studio 4. Like, how long is this gonna take?" You
Right.
know, because De Niro does everything. He'll do it. He did Rocky and Bullwinkle. Like, he's not selective about his roles. He's done a lot of great movies, but he's done equally as many shitty movies. He'll just do any piece of work. Where somebody like Pacino or DiCaprio are very selective.
Yeah.
De Niro will just be like, "I'll do whatever if you're paying me, I'll do it." I mean, he
Yeah.
did, like I said,
He's like, if
Rocky
you're
and Bullwinkle.
filming in New York, I'll do it.
Yeah, he's like, I'll do it. I'll show up and do it. But that's
Uh,
interesting. I'm really excited to see it, and I'm curious of why they're poor, the reason behind that, and also the laugh. I'm very excited
oh
about
my
that.
God, the laugh. Dude, when I think about the laugh, it hits so deep
It's tingling.
and it's just so genius. It's the one thing that affects the whole movie. But you're like, you're feeling it the entire movie, the laugh.
It's pretty
Speaking of the
amazing.
Irishman, speaking of Scorsese, I mean, he's the guy that kind of got this done. He's been getting crushed on Twitter all day because he called Marvel movies amusement parks, not cinema. Paraphrasing, of course.
Scorsese said that?
Yeah. And I
Really?
wanted to go and
Why? He's
bash
like
him.
an old guy.
I wanted to go and bash him, and I was like, what has he really done? And then I looked.
No, he's done a lot.
I was like,
He's
fuck, he
no,
has done like a third of all the great movies ever.
yeah, he's done like 10 classics at least. But it's
At the
weird
very
that
least.
But it's weird that he would say that because he's a really old guy. He's very respected and established. It's
Yeah.
always weird to me when guys like that come out and say that. Like, De Niro does that with Trump, and believe me, I agree with De Niro and I get it. But as like an older actor, it's like you don't need to be saying "fuck the president." Like, don't tarnish your
Right, they're
image
in
at
like
that
the old
old.
man, I don't care what I say stage,
Like, no,
like
yeah,
old
like
grandpa just says that racist stuff and we just have to accept it.
like Spielberg did on a lower scale with like how Netflix aren't movies and cinema should be in the theater and all that. It's like, okay, you have a point, but the world's changing and these guys are like set for life and so established and will be legends forever. Whenever they come out with something negative like that, like Scorsese about the amusement park, it's like, why, dude? Are they threatening you? Are they a threat?
Right. And
I gotta read this tweet.
I do kind of understand. What did you say?
I'm gonna find this tweet. I'm
I don't think it
curious.
was a tweet. I think he was like quoted in an interview or in a magazine. I forget the magazine, a popular one. Variant maybe.
Variety.
Variant. Maybe not. I don't know if it was Variety. I think I would have remembered, but I don't know. It was recent, and everybody was just attacking him like you old man. Like how can you not call it cinema? It's like redefining filmmaking and movie watching. Uh,
Yeah.
it's just you're jealous because you can't make movies like those. Um, but I just thought, why it sounds. Here's exactly what I thought. It sounds like my dad saying that hip hop isn't music, and, or my friends who are like in their
Right.
mid 40s who say, if you call John Lennon a musician, you can't call Tupac a musician. I was like,
Yeah, who says that?
like, okay, John Lennon's playing a guitar, Tupac's playing a soundboard. They're both instruments. John Lennon wouldn't be able to sit down at that soundboard. He wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, the people that
I can only strum strings.
say, yeah, I'm reading this right now. He's not on Twitter, I guess. I guess it was
Who?
Martin Scorsese. He doesn't actually have a Twitter account.
Yeah, I know. I think it was a.
Well, the people that say, yeah, but Twitter's eating him alive. It's all over Twitter.
Yeah, he was like trending #1 all day.
The people that say, to your point, rap's not music, are so misinformed because maybe it's not your taste of music, but it's an art form. It's music. It's lyrics to music. That's what music is. It's lyrics to a song, to a melody.
It's
By the way, from a guy who's not a rapper, or I guess I'm like a joke rapper sometimes, but from a guy that is a musician that has played guitar for 20 years and has written songs and all that, rap's actually very hard to do. It's very hard to make your voice sound good and cool and say words very quickly like that without sounding weird. I mean, it's like that's why there's so few good rappers and so many like SoundCloud rappers using autotune. That's why every day there's like another rapper coming out there. You're like, this guy sucks. But there's like very few like good rappers that stand the test of time. There's maybe what, like 20 when there's like 1,000 rock and roll bands. It is definitely an art form, you know?
Yeah, good point, man.
It's weird. John just got a bug in his eye. If you want to send him some off bug spray, remember that? Tweet us at the Out of School Podcast.
No. Remember what? Bug spray?
Yeah. Remember that bug spray off?
Oh, yeah.
Cutting Edge Radio.
Orange. Yeah, back to Joker. So you're seeing it tomorrow. It's going to enthrall you. It's going to grip you. And if you're not even interested in the story, because like I said, the second act seems boring,
baby.
Extremely important. So don't mentally check out in the second act. Like focus.
I don't mentally check out in the theater.
Joaquin Phoenix.
But in the theater, I'm on.
I challenge anyone to show me a performance better than what he did this year. Than what he did in this movie. There's no way. There's no way. No. Dude, it might be the best performance I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
As far as like how you are just totally convinced that he's somebody else. You never for a split second think that it's an actor.
Yeah, you believe it. You buy it. That's what everybody's saying too. There's not a performance that comes close.
Even me, a former film major, there were times when I'm watching it, I'm going, holy fuck, he is so good.
He's that
good. He is such a good actor. Like, I'm just like, I can kind of step out a little bit.
Out of the zone. Yeah, I'm really excited to see it. I'm glad that you saw it last night.
Apparently there's an end credit scene that I didn't stay for and I'm pissed about.
Oh, really?
So anyone down there in the comments, if you found it, let me know what happens, because I thought I heard no sequel, nothing. But maybe the end credits thing is like, there's no sequel.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. Yeah, post something in the comments.
Yeah.
Drop us a line and let us know.
Make sure to subscribe.
Yeah, do the subscription.
We have 10. We got to number 10.
I saw that. You tweeted out, let's get the 10th subscriber.
Yeah.
And then I checked the channel like the next day or the next morning, and it was 10.
Yeah, that night I got like a ding.